Hi everyone in YouTube world. I am coming to you guys with another video vlog, and this time I wanted to show you my latest doll, and you guys know her as Kirsten. So she is the brand new released Kirsten, and or re-released Kirsten. And so she is not the anniversary doll, the 35th anniversary doll. She is the one that they just came out with not too long ago. Let me see if she'll stand up without falling over. And hopefully my camera can adjust. And you guys are probably thinking I did something very sacrilegious. Well, I probably did. I let her hair down, which means that I took out her amazing coveted braids. And I did this with the intention of not putting this oversized navy blue bow in her hair, really, and giving her this modern outfit. I had no intentions of doing that, really. What I did do was I went to the American Girl store. I picked her out. She was one out of two left. And I just fell in love with her face and her hair, her bangs, really. I loved how full her bangs were. I loved how her face paint was very reminiscent of my time as a child growing up, seeing the older Pleasant Company dolls, how their face paint was very light and almost of a very pale mauve pink color, similar to Addie's face paint. And so you know, the lady who helped me in the store, she was so funny. She was talking to me about Kirsten, and I told her that this will be my third Kirsten, and I'm going to take her hair out of the braids so I can feature her in her birthday outfit, because I remember throughout all my childhood catalogs, Kirsten's hair was always down and quite full looking out of the braids, excuse me, when she would wear her garland, when she would wear that famous hair garland, oh my gosh, what is a hair garland? When she would wear that famous flower circlet in her hair. And so when she told me that they were out of the birthday outfit, my heart kind of dropped, but I told her what my plans were anyway. And she looked at me and she was like, "You're going to let Kirsten's hair out of her braids?" And I could tell she was just about to have this little mini panic attack. And I said, "No, calm down. She is just for, you know, play. And I have two other Kirstens, the 35th anniversary, and my childhood Kirsten doll that is Pleasant Company with a new head. And those are the dolls that will remain in the braids. Their hair will remain braided. But this doll is purely for play, purely for me, because I was going to celebrate the fact that she came back. And she is now part of American Girl's merchandise. So anyway, this Kirsten doll, I did a ponytail veil, and you can see how full her wig is. Even though it looks like it might be frizzy and dry, her wig is far from frizzy and dry. It's so very soft and so very manageable. I did not even tease it to get it to look this voluminous. Yeah, is that how you say the word? Anyway, I found a lot of older Kirstens on the garish side because their hair was so dry that it just started shedding. And those were the Kirstens that a lot of people would put on this, put for sale on the secondary market. And you were almost forced to buy those Kirstens. And there was nothing you could do about it because American Girl wasn't making any more Kirstens. So that is the story for Kirsten. And because they didn't have her happy birthday dress, I ended up getting a happy birthday set from a party that I attended, and they had this happy birthday shirt and some nice keepsakes for American Girl. They had like a little mini cake that your doll could eat or pretend to eat. It was a pretend cake. So I paired it with these jeans, these store exclusive jeans, just because I bought them from the store the same day. I paired it with these sneakers because I wanted something that would match the modern day shirt. And I was really bent on taking Kirsten's hair out of the braids so that when I do get her birthday outfit, I can have the garland or the flower circlet in her hair, and she can look just like her display photo or display case in the store, or the display picture in my childhood catalogs. But this I thought would match her jeans perfectly because there's like a little bit of silver threading in the jeans, as well as that nice navy color. And as you can see, this has a little bit of silver threading with the navy. So I just kind of feel like as long as I give her something that is reminiscent of birthday Kirsten, that I'm celebrating her birthday, and until I get her outfit, she's going to be in this because she is going to be a play doll, and her hair is going to remain down over the years. That's not to say that I will never put her hair in the braids. But just like my Molly, I love my Molly, my childhood Pleasant Company Molly with a new head. I love the fact that her hair is down. I like that it's full. And these full wigs just remind me of my childhood. I just remember everyone and their grandma wanting their hair to be nice and full. No one wanted something that was sleek and limp. Everyone wanted beautiful curls, beautiful crimps, beautiful waves, to the point where they were getting perms in their hair. They wanted nice full bangs, almost feathered, dare I say. So the fact that American Girl was coming out with dolls with pie bangs that were nice and full, and they wanted their wigs to be nice and full and almost wavy in a way, except for Samantha, who was one of the original three. But even her hair was curled to an extent. It was a little bit on the wavy side. It was never bone straight. So I like the fact that this look is being honored by American Girl. I can tell that they spent a lot of time on this Kirsten, getting her to look similar to the 1990 to early 2000 Kirstens. There is no resemblance that they did not want to use less stuffing for her body. She feels very full in the waist, and you know how I love, my dolls to be nice and full. This is my original 1993 Addie, so I don't know if I probably do have plans to get the new Addie and just keep her, as a display doll. But even with this doll being quite expensive, I share her with my dad because we both found her on the secondhand market, and we basically decided, because she was the original 1993 Addie, what price we were going to pay for her. And so I keep her on display because she is such a coveted doll. I even have her white box and her original book that came with this doll. I went on my own merit to find this pin, which is perfect for her outfit. This is her older outfit. As you can see, it's even big on a older doll. So I can't wait to get the newer version of this outfit. And you guys might even wonder, like, what's the big deal? Because even the new outfit comes with, like, the original story. I won't say the original book. because it really is based off of the copyright, if you have the original or not. But in the story, Addie's snood has bird feathers in it. And they're not real bird feathers because of Amnesty and all those animal organizations that protect animal rights. So obviously they're not trying to use real bird feathers for outfits, especially doll outfits, but they really wanted to include something that mimicked bird feathers in her snood. So in the original snood, there's something that kind of gives the illusion of bird feathers. And in the new one, in the new snood, it's just ribbon. So I don't know if that was changed. I don't know if when you get the book, the copy of the book, because again, it's not the original, I don't know if they changed the original story. So instead of the bird being part of that story, and how it was caged, how a person can feel like a caged bird sometimes, which is what Addie referenced in the original birthday story. I don't know if that's something that will be talked about in that new book. And you guys probably see these books hanging out. These are my son's books, my youngest child in the family. The Big Honey Hunt, which was one of the first books I read to him when he was a baby. Just because I was a big fan of the Berenstain Bears growing up. I have no idea why. There was just something very appealing about the Berenstain Bears. And I loved little golden books. And I've noticed that as I started doing some junk journaling, which is a whole nother thing on YouTube that's supposed to be very calming and very relaxing, I think a lot of people like junk journaling because you get these classic pictures that you can play with, and a lot of people miss classic art and classic pictures or just classic illustrations in literature. And that's not hard to believe because sometimes people are comforted by these older stories and older books. But this book includes Goldilocks and the Three Bears, that classic golden book story. So you can see the illustrations, and you see little Goldilocks there. Goldilocks was always a Caucasian ruby-cheeked little girl, rosy-cheeked little girl with the golden locks for hair that would be blonde, and she was always this little chubby girl who loved being overindulged, so much so that she broke into a whole nother family's house and discovered that they were grizzly bears. So I always loved that story growing up, and I'm sure a lot of people did. So to my surprise, there was a doll company that did a play on Goldilocks, and I'll show you that review next. So here my little Goldilocks is with little brown cafe leche skin, to the point where it's almost more cafe than leche. But her name is Addison. She is the Our Generation doll, and I know you guys have seen lots of videos on YouTube featuring this doll and just how people talk about how cute she is and the fact of all the little details that she comes with. People have even talked about the olive green color. It might even be a pine green or a forest green color, but I would like to refer to this as an olive green, which I do love. That's my favorite kind of green, is an olive green. Not to the point where I would want it featured anywhere, like for carpet or whatever, but I do think it's a great signature color to have olive green accents. I have olive green obviously in the paint on the walls, so I do use it as an accent color, but I think sometimes people can go overboard with colors like olive green. But anyway, I am very glad that they used it. Maybe they even wanted to refer to it as a forest green color just because they wanted it to match the trees on her dress, which I'm a big stickler of patterns. I love patterns on doll clothes. And so, of course, I love literary themes. If a doll has a literary theme, I'm in love. I love, love, love literature, especially classic literature. Anytime that you're talking about honey, meal, anytime you're talking about milk, leche, anytime you're talking about oatmeal, such as porridge, or any kind of hot cereal, you have like a little, I don't know if you call this a spindle, but look at the little handle. Look how classic that little honey spoon looks, you know? So I love anything that's classic literature. The fact that you have a crossbody bag that references the three bears, just a little bear, and it was the baby bear that Goldilocks offended the most because she fell in love with everything that belonged to the little itty bitty baby bear. So, of course, as grizzly bear parents of the baby bear, they weren't too happy with little Goldilocks, but our Goldilocks is called Addison. So I'm very happy to have a brown skin version of Goldilocks in the form of Addison, who is our generation doll. And I think our generation did a little nod to the classic literature, our literary story of Goldilocks, because you can see the pattern on the bear's apron. You can see the nice pattern on the jar of oatmeal. You can see the references to green nature in the pictures. It even references, you know, again, the wood theme. There you have the porridge, and they even call out the porridge in the writing. You can even see the beautiful illustrated pillows as having like a nice pattern print. Even the pattern of the mattress is nice. Classic slippers to go with that, so you know that the bears are entering some of the cooler months where they need slippers on their feet, or maybe they just want to protect their feet. There's the little jar of honey. So again, classic honey in literature and how important honey was. And you have the wooded area. So again, you can see all that on this beautiful doll's pattern placed on her dress. Her dress is made of this beautiful material. And I haven't seen a whole lot of reviews on just the dress alone. So I think I will try to focus mostly on the details that make this doll what it is. And hopefully that'll be a good enough review for what I ended up getting these past weeks. So not only Kirsten, we're waiting for her happy birthday dress or her birthday outfit, which I will gladly change her out of this modern outfit and put her in the outfit. She will be wearing that outfit for as long as I will have her, because I have so many Kirstens that I can change, and their hair is already done up in the classic meat style, that I wouldn't mind having just a happy birthday Kirsten on display. But this Goldilocks, I don't have any plans, this Addison doll, I have no plans of taking her out of this outfit. I think she's going to stay in this classic meat outfit for a very long time, because she is going to be a coveted doll of mine just because I love classic literature so much. It's so nice to have a doll from our generation that references Goldilocks from the Three Bears. Okay, so here is beautiful little Addison, and look at those, look at those ringlets and curls. I also love her pearl opaque lip color. That's very unique. And I just love the color of her hair and her curls. She's got these honey brown eyes. So it's a little play on the honey theme, I think. Again, you've got this forest green vest, which is very nice shag material. I'm going to really focus on the patterns of the dress. I'm sorry, patterns on the dress. Look how cute some of these details are. And in all of the reviews I've seen on YouTube, no one's mentioned the little 3 bears that are part of the pattern. They're lumbering through the woods. Do you guys see that? The little baby bear right there too, in back of his mama. And I think that little red thing floating above them is a leaf. But look at the little patterns of trees, all kinds of different trees on this cloth pattern here for the dress. So our generation spared no detail. They focused very much on the details of the storytelling. Then you have the braided, you have this little braided cross body bag string right here, or cord. And then this faux crossbody bag is like furry and fuzzy. You can even put something in it. Mine has tissue paper, which will probably remain inside of the bag itself. But I love the fact that she can carry her spoon, and she can carry the honey dipper, this little wooden, or this faux wooden honey dipper. Look how cute that is. I wish they had focused on putting on the label. It's a sticker label, but either way it's a label on the jar to indicate that this is honey, even if it doesn't have writing on it. A little child can see that there's like a bee, so it used a little illustration of a bee. I love the fact that the milk jar is like it's a plastic that mimics glass. So back in the day, you would have had a glass jar or container for the milk. And it says OG. It would have been nice if it had said milk on it. Oops, sorry. And then you have the porridge, or in our case, it would be oatmeal. This is a modern take on the oatmeal because you have little strawberries here, and they used the cutouts to make little hearts. So I believe that her mommy must have cut out strawberry hearts for her to have in her porridge or oatmeal. The spoon is just a basic spoon, nothing too fancy, which is fine. Yeah, nothing too fancy. But I love how the porridge mimics the porridge in the story. You have a nice fancy bowl here, but nothing fancy about the bowl here except for the strawberries. So I think that's a nice little touch that they used a modern take on how parents will fancify fruit, and they'll use little cutouts to cut the fruit into all kinds of designs. Again, I love playing with her curls. You won't see me change this doll out of her outfit. Plastic shoes, nothing new there for our generation. So that is the take on this beautiful little doll haul. I ended up getting another Our Generation doll, which I'll show in another video. But this is Addison, and she is joining the ranks of Kirsten, Molly back there, and my 1993 Addie. So love my doll collection. To me, these designs are better than junk journaling. I know a lot of people will pay a lot of money for fancy stationery or paper. Sorry about the stutter. The paper that comes with junk journaling is supposed to be fancy and decorative. But if you're a doll collector, you probably get just as much enjoyment out of seeing some of these doll clothing patterns on your dolls. So that's therapy enough for me. You don't need to be into junk journaling to enjoy patterns. You can just be a wonderful avid doll collector and see the patterns on your dolls and their clothing and pair it with literature, and you're all set. You can even go to Ollie's to get a cookbook if you want that has a simple oatmeal recipe, And that's how you can display this doll too, if you would rather display her than play with her. In my case, she would be a display doll. All right, guys, I will talk to you later. I hope you enjoyed the review, and enjoy your summer.